Okay, so still on Seawolf, like 9 hours later after I started. It was fun this morning working on the power supply, just having a good old time. Didn't really think I needed it. And then we have to throw it in the game and get the game going. So I was filming out there at the game, and it's loud. Kids are screaming. I was literally at my wit's end. So I just pulled the board. I'm going to have to work on it. But this is the video card. I'll show you what was going on. And I also need to film this just so I can remember Monday what was going on. So the power supply sits over here to the right. I might have to back up a little bit. I'm not zoomed in, but okay. So the power supply sits to the right. There's a little auxiliary board. I'm not even sure what it does yet. That's over here. Then on this side is a big amp that sits over here. Why it needs such a huge amp, I have no idea. Okay, and now I'll show you on the board. So basically, I would turn the game on, and the power supply worked fine. I didn't have any issues with the power supply, so that's good news. This fan would kick on. The fan on the power supply would kick on. And as you can see, let me tilt this over just a little bit. There's a fan here on the video card. That would not turn on. Okay, and there is absolutely nothing on this game online. So I'm going to run this as a separate video. I apologize to everybody who's just watching this part that I'm so aggravated. I've just been here all day and it got too loud right in my face. So there was no power getting here. This is where the ATX power supply plugs in. The power that comes in here runs the fan for sure. It's marked on the board down here, power 1. And then over here, this 4-pin connector, which was 12 volts. There's two 12-volt lines and 2 ground lines. This one's marked power 2 right here where this finger is. Now, I'm not 100% sure that this is supposed to power this video card. I'm going to take it out. It's so wobbly. But if I just barely set the 12-volt plug onto those connections inside here, all of a sudden the fan would kick on and kind of die. And then if I slowly pushed it in, it would stay on. But if you just jammed it on there like you would any normal connector, it wouldn't even kick on. So I would get nothing. As soon as that would happen, it would start beeping like crazy. Still got nothing on the monitor, which is one of the original problems. Also, I did get it to come up for a minute the day I pulled the power supply. It didn't have any settings saved, so I knew I needed to change this battery. I pulled the battery, and it had no voltage coming out of it. So I got a single one, and then I got these for backups because I guess these games are just right about that age where all the batteries are failing. They're in between 5 and 7 years old. Okay, so, and this is the thumb drive that I think's got all the game images and the ROMs and stuff on it. So it would beep, and I was hoping that, okay, maybe it's beeping just because I plugged it in after everything's on. So I just leave that the way it was, let where the fan was running and it seemed like it was getting power. Turn the game off, turn it back on again, and the fan wouldn't spin. Now you could pull this plug and put it back in. Sometimes it would turn it on and the fan would come on, and sometimes it wouldn't. I'm gonna stop right here. Not right now, but after I get done explaining this. So if you're watching and you've had experience with this Seawolf, the next mission, please leave a comment and let me know what you're having, because I haven't found not even one single post on Clove. There's no videos on YouTube. There's just nothing, and there's absolutely nothing in the manual. It is just useless. This is the worst manual I've ever seen as far as trying to figure out a problem. I think this is the RAM back here. But what I'm guessing is, and at one point I had full power going to this and it's beeping. I went and to unplug this, right? And this stayed powered on, the fan kept going, and it stopped beeping. So I was like, okay, well maybe it doesn't need power from here. So I'm really confused on this, but I haven't looked at the back side of the board. I assume, now, let me see. I saw they had replaced a cap. Let's see, It's not too bad. Okay, this little guy right here, it looks like they replaced it at some point in time, as it's got a little black dot on it. And most of us will do that when we replace a cap, just so we know that that one's been replaced. So I'm assuming that that's what happened. I'm going to go ahead and cap this whole thing, and I'm hoping by turning this over we can get some kind of idea what's going on. Okay, I definitely see some other repairs. So it looks like here, 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 and here, and right there, there, and there, those parts have all been replaced. So let's kind of check out. Okay, it looks like those are all caps. They're there. Okay, let me get on frame here. So far, these two and these two have been replaced. Got this guy here, and let's see, two here and two here. So let me see. Hang on, sorry. That and that. Okay, so that's probably these two caps were replaced, and that's that one. It looks like, surely not. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my eyeballs on this thing. So it looks like two of these, maybe three of these 4 pins on this connector that I'm having issues with that's been worked on. So I know I'm having an issue there, and I kind of think that maybe this is where the video card is. And since it wobbles like that, I mean, it literally will just... I'm assuming that there probably is some cracked solder joints in here. Man, there's some super tiny stuff going on here. I'm going to have to get a really nice fine tip for my weller to do this. There is a place locally that I can go to, hopefully tomorrow, and pick one up, because I won't have a chance if I don't do it tomorrow. So there's some issues going on, and hopefully with, you know, just a little extra TLC on this guy, we can get the power back to the video board. Or, I mean, this video card could just be bad too, and I don't know, and I probably won't know without actually fixing the spots on the motherboard and making sure that that's gravy, and then I could move on to this if I'm still having those issues. But, you know, 9.5 hours later, and I'm still pretty much the same place that I was this morning, except for we got the power supply to work. So, you know, good times. That's all part of the job. It's just when the kids are screaming right in my face, I just can't handle that too much. And then I would walk around the game to check the monitor, and by the time I could walk back around, there'd be a little kid in there grabbing wires and stuff, about to get electrocuted for all I know. It was just a mess. And that happened to me 3 times. And the game's probably, I mean, I was walking from here to the end of the table. I mean, I wasn't walking that far at all. So, yeah, good times. But I will document everything that I'm going to do to this. Most of it's going to be in the office so that I can hear, and you can hear me talking to you. And like I said, I did do some video out there, and it was good because you could see the board. But that was really it. You couldn't hear what I was saying, and the audio was just horrible. I'm just going to delete it. It's kind of useless. Next week, it'll be much slower, and I'll be able to convey my thoughts a little bit better. And so, sorry that I can't explain to you what's going on with it yet, but we will at least get this going Monday or Tuesday, unless I have to order parts, and then it'll probably be later in the week or the following Monday. But I'll keep you updated, and thanks for watching. And I'm sorry, there is absolutely nothing on this game, but we'll fix that. See you later.
What did you think about that video? Did you like that video? I loved it. Was I not in it? Well, did I love that? I better have been in that video. I hope you liked the video. It was definitely my best work. If I'm not in that video, you better watch this one over here. Oh, if you're not going to do that, just subscribe and get a notification.